Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the 10th standard English second language classes. Today, we are going to know about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and its part 5th. Before going to study about the 5th part of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, let us glance what we had discussed in the earlier classes or part 4th classes. My dear student, in the 4th classes, we came to know that the perception of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and the deep knowledge on law and legislature, how he defined about the powers and functions of the three organs of the government, which he defined legislature, executive and judiciary. He called these three organs as the pillars of the government, and also he continued through his words that these three should be very clear, and also the perception of the mutuality of all these three pillars, legislature, executive and judiciary. Along with that, we also came to know that the jurisdiction of each organs or each pillar should be untrammeled, or this should be very clear. And this is the mentioned in the paragraph 6th, and later on we came to know that the definition of constitution, which we understood like our constitution is a fundamental document which will help to build the nation or the government. So this is called a fundamental document about the constitution. And also we knew a few more things about the lesson. The constitution defines about the powers and functions of the three organs, and also it also defines the powers of executive and the powers of legislature against the citizen, as we have discussed in the fundamental rights. In fact, the constitution, the duty of constitution is not only merely to create the organs of the government, but also it puts a limitation to the various organs. And also it tells at the end of the paragraph that if there is no limitation imposed in these organs, then there will be tyranny and oppression in the society. So these are the important things we discussed in the last classes or in the part 4. Now we are going to know the next concept in the same lesson, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that is in part 5th. Let us start, dear students. Come to the paragraph 7th. Jawaharlal Nehru chose Dr. Ambedkar to be the first law minister of independent India. This was a recognition of Dr. Ambedkar's skill in the field of law and legislation, as also a tribute to his vision of social justice. A vision which was sought to be infused into the new Indian polity, but overall this was a tribute to the success of Baba Saheb Dr. Ambedkar's own campaigns against social injustice. Who could have dreamed that one born to a Mohan family would one day become not only a law minister but a lawmaker and be hailed as the modern Manu. My dear pupil, as we discussed in the earlier classes that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had a clear perception or knowledge on legislatures and their relatives. And also our constitution it defines that it is a fundamental rights where its duty not only create the organs of the government but also it puts a limitation to the each government and each organs like legislature, executive and judiciary must not overrule its jurisdiction. The member of each organs should not be gone outside from their jurisdiction. They must be worked within their jurisdiction. If there is any organ has gone beyond its limitation or jurisdiction and tries to impose its power in the other organs, then it will be a huge suppression of the people in the government, or else it will be some kind of a tyranny in the administration, or any kind of oppression will be happen in the government. So this was what we knew in the last class. So Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, since we have known very well that Dr. B. R. Ambedkar had a great knowledge on law and legislature, since he has completed his LLB, traveled many countries and studied more the things in his life, and he proved himself in the assembly that he was the greatest debater in the assembly, and no one was there to defeat in the debates or in any speech in the assembly. We came to know that he was a well versed in all kind of knowledge. We knew all things. Jawaharlal Nehru choose. Who is this Jawaharlal Nehru? Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of independent India. He was the first Prime Minister of independent India. Dear pupil, he chose Dr. B. R. Ambedkar to be the first Law Minister of independent India. See, when did India get independence? Yes, we know very well. That is 15th August 1947. India got independence in 15th August 1947. After India attained freedom, Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. Soon after he became the first Prime Minister of India, he chose Dr. B. R. Ambedkar was the first Law Minister of India. Just imagine, my dear student, if a person wanted to be the first Law Minister of the first independent India, then what would be the knowledge of the person who was going to be the first Law Minister? Yes, he must be very strong in law and legislature. Hence, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar was like that. He was a strongest to the strong. He had a great knowledge in law. He was a great verse in law and legislature. So that is why Dr. B. R. Ambedkar was chosen as the first Law Minister of independent India. This was a recognition of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar's skills in the field of law and legislature. Why did Nehru choose Ambedkar as the Law Minister, first Law Minister? Because it was none other than Ambedkar had a great skill and knowledge and perception in law and legislature. See, Nehru and other members of the Congress, along with that, other members in the Indian Constituent Assembly as well as Indian Constitution Drafting Committee members came to know that Ambedkar had a great knowledge in law and legislature, and it was also proved in the assembly. See, winning of a debate in the assembly proved that he would become something in the upcoming days. So all of them suspected that Dr. B. R. Ambedkar in one or the other day will become a greatest one. So that is why this is the only recognition of his skills and knowledge in the law and legislature, as also a tribute to his vision of social justice. Vision. What is meant by vision? Vision means drishti. Vision means drishti. See, Nehru wanted to give a permanent shape to the social philosophy as Dr. B. R. Ambedkar dreamed about. My dear one, earlier we came to know that the objective leadership of an Indian National Congress, that is none other than Nehru. He wanted to make Nehru to give a permanent shape to his social thoughts or social philosophy. And his view, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar's views were recognized by Nehru and other members in the Congress earlier. So only for this reason, when India got independence, then they give the post of they gave the responsibility of law minister to Ambedkar, and also as a tribute to his vision of social justice. Social justice. So what is means social justice? Samajika nyaya. So this means social justice. Social justice, samajika nyaya. So what does it mean? Ambedkar wanted to make the people of the country to live equally, happily, and he wanted to make realize all the categories people. So that is why he had a dream about social justice. ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇತ್ತು, ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ತರದ ಜನಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮಾನತೆಗೆ ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಲಾಷೆ, desire he had, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. So for this reason, Nehru wanted to make Ambedkar to give permanent shape to social justice. Only for this reason, Nehru chose Ambedkar as the first law minister. So that then it would be very easy to Ambedkar to give a permanent shape to the social justice or social philosophy as Ambedkar dreamed about. A vision which was sought to be infused. A vision which was sought. Sought means what? Here is the word sought. Sought means prayatnisidaru. A vision which was sought to be infused. He wanted to try many. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar wanted to try many things to be infused. Infused means, here is the word, prerita. Everything, as he dreamed, everything was influenced by his knowledge into the new Indian polity. As Ambedkar dreamed about social justice, it was imposed by everything, and then sought to do some infused to give some social justice as well as the new Indian politics. He wanted to inspire. He wanted to give a new ideology. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar wanted to give new ideology to the new political system which was recently started in India after got independence. They wanted to give permanent shape to the social justice. He wanted to eradicate the huge discrimination between the classes. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar himself he experienced since his childhood. Since he had experienced all the discrimination which was given by the upper classes in his life, so he decided to sacrifice his time and talent, and he also ready to sacrifice and tribute all the knowledge and time to uplift of depressed classes and women classes. So for this reason, Nehru chose Ambedkar as a first law minister, so that it would be very easy to Ambedkar to give permanent shape to the social justice, as he thought he wanted to sort to which will be inspired to the new Indian politics. He wanted to make some changes to the Indian politics in that time. Polity, what does it mean? Polity means politics, new political system. But above all, this was a tribute to the success of Baba Saheb, Dr. Ambedkar's own campaigns. So what is meant by campaigns? Campaigns means Shibiralu, programs, conferences, public meetings, public programs, many conferences. He had held many conferences. See, dear children, it was not so easy to maintain social justice in those times, because recently India got independence. It was not so easy to give social justice to all the people in the society. So for this reason, he wanted to try to infuse, to give new system, new style to the new political system in the India. So for that, it was a tribute to the success of Baba Saheb. Ambedkar's own campaign to give permanent shape to the social justice, social philosophy. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar had conducted his own campaigns in the society, in the country. See, the result or the consequences of his own campaigns, which were conducted by him in that time, resulted to give special places to the depressed classes. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar brought many drawbacks. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar brought many drawbacks which were faced by depressed classes. Through the campaigns, through the public programs, So, the consequences of his own campaign against social injustice. Social injustice. Dear student, here is one opposite word: justice, injustice. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar wanted to bring social justice. So, giving social justice is not a so easy task in those times. So what did Dr. B. R. Ambedkar do? Means he had conducted his own campaigns. Through this campaign, he had brought many drawbacks and many problems and many satyagrahas and many programs which have not yet reached to the depressed classes through the campaigns. Only to show to the public, only to exhibit before the society, to make to know the government, to attract the concentration of the government. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar had conducted many campaigns. Conducting of these campaigns, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar wanted to know their pains of depressed classes to the other classes. He wanted to eradicate the social injustice. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar wanted to eradicate. He wanted to swipe out completely the social injustice in the society. Who could have dreamed that one born to a Mohar family would one day become not only a law minister but a lawmaker and behave as the modern Manu? Who could have dreamed that one born to a Mohar family, who have dreamed about one who have born from the Mohar family would become a greatest lawmaker and the first lawmaker, first law minister in the future? No one had dreamed about that. Mohar means what? Mohar means caste cluster. My dear pupil, Mohar means caste cluster. Especially this kind of people lived in Maharashtra. Traditionally, they lived on outskirts of the village places. Especially these kind of people are group of people who would perform the all kinds of works in the village. They speak Marathi language. So the group of people, such kind of group of people are called as Mohar family in Maharashtra. See, this Dr. B. R. Ambedkar had come from Mohar family. No one had dreamed about one person who have come from a Mohar family would become one day the lawmaker and law minister in the future. We must give respect to the modern Manu. Who is this? Who is called as modern Manu? Is Dr. B. R. Ambedkar is called as modern Manu. In the 4 decades, I hope that you are getting my point. In the 4 decades and more since independence, much progress has been achieved in providing equality of opportunities to the people. Members of the scheduled caste find doors which have been closed to them for centuries being opened. No legal bars exist today for self-expression or self-advancement. They are enrolling themselves in institutes of higher learning and entering public services. They have come to occupy high offices of state, both at the center and in the states. Judges, ambassadors, and governors have been drawn from their ranks, and they have acquitted themselves creditably in all these positions of responsibility. Come to the 8th paragraph here. In the 4 decades, what is meant by decade? Decade means 1 decade is equal to 10 years. How many years? 1 decade. 1 decade is equal to 10 years. Dashaka in Kannada. What we call for that? Dashaka. 1 decade is equal to 10 years. In the 4 decades, it means how many years? 40 years. And more since independence. And more years since India got independence. Much progress has been achieved in providing equal opportunities. See, equality. The opportunities of getting equality from scheduled caste have been getting since India got independence. ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿಂದನೂ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜಾತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ವರ್ಗದವರಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಶೇಷ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನವನ್ನು ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ದ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜಾತಿಯ ಸದಸ್ಯರು, ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಡೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಸೆಂಚುರೀಸ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. Here the doors are, we can also say that the doors of opportunities to member of scheduled caste have been closed for centuries together, been opened now. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, when he entered, he exhibited his social philosophy, and when he sought to bring social justice, then the people or the member of scheduled caste have been getting equal opportunity since from the independence. Now they are also the member, and the people from that caste are also enrolling themselves to the good places, good position in the society, which their doors have been closed for centuries. ಅಂದರೆ ಶತಮಾನಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಪರಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜಾತಿ ಸದಸ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಮುಚ್ಚಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಾಗಿಲು ಏನಾಯಿತು? Now have been opened. The door which have been closed for the scheduled caste member centuries together, now it has been opened. So how it has been opened? Who it has been opened? How? Because of the campaigns of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar and his debut and tribute. But then the works and debates and efforts and sacrifice of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar being opened. No legal bars exist today for self-expression. No legal bars means what? Pratibandhakagalu. It means any kind of obstacles. No obstacles can be seen nowadays to the people of a scheduled caste. See here, no legal bars exist today for self-expression. Today, since we have got independence and constitutional has also given us fundamental rights and fundamental duties and directive principle of state policy, since we have got all the opportunities, nowadays a single citizen in our country can express his own thoughts to the people. No any legal bar exists today for self-expression. Self-expression means ಸ್ವಯಂ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾನೂನು ಪ್ರತಿಬಂಧಕಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ನಮಗೆ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕಾನೂನು ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ದೇ ಆದರೆ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿಬಂಧಕಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು. That is mentioned in the fundamental rights. Freedom of equality. Then freedom of religion. Isn't it? Then these are right to freedom, right to equality. These are all what these rights say. Self-expression or self-advancement. ಸ್ವಯಂ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಅಡೆತಡೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋ ಎನಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಸೀನ್ ಟುಡೇ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ಸ್. They are enrolling themselves in the institutes of higher learning. They are enrolling. Who do they refer here? They refers that the members of scheduled caste. The member of scheduled caste are enrolling themselves in the higher educational centers. ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ಗುರುತಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ and entering public services. Since there is no existence of a legal bar to self-expression and self-advancement, nowadays people from the scheduled caste are enrolling themselves in the higher learning centers and they are giving service to the public service. Okay, they are giving service to the public service, entering into the public services. They are entering into the public jobs, government higher jobs. So why did it happen to them? Because of Constitution, statute book given by Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Nowadays, now we can see that most of the people from a scheduled caste are going to higher education centers, for example, universities, research centers. Okay, then they are entering to the public service centers, public services like IAS, IPS, KAS, KES, such kind of public services are filled by scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So why? Because of means that is the tribute and the grace of Constitution. They have come to occupy high office of state. They have not only entered into the public service centers, but also they are entering to the higher positions in the government, like high office of state, chief secretariats, under secretariats, directors, such kind of directors of various corporations of the government, both at the central and the states. Both we can see that if you go to central government, the higher positions would be occupied by such members of the group. My dear student, it is my privilege to mention the name of the present president of our country. Who is the present president of our country? That is Ramnath Kovind. See, Ramnath Kovind occupies the highest position in our country. See, he is called a custodian of our country and the chief of central executive and also chief of the country, and he is called as the first citizen of our country. See, he has come from such group of people. He has occupied such a higher position. Not only Ramnath Kovind sir, but also there are many. Why it caused them to occupy such post? Because of the giving of opportunities. That is constitution, reservation. There are many. Okay. Then here he is going to examples both in central and in states. Judges. So many judges, so many posts of judges have been occupied by the members of scheduled castes and scheduled tribe. And most of the posts of ambassadors have been occupied by the members of scheduled caste, and governors of many states have been occupied. The post of a governorship of many states have been occupied by members of scheduled caste, have been drawn from their ranks, and they have acquitted themselves. They have acquitted means real one, acquitted bidugade modu. They have getting a good farewell at the end of their service. They have got a good farewell programs, farewell ceremony after they have completed their service respectively. They have been honored from such ranks. ಅಂತಹ ಉನ್ನತ ಹುದ್ದೆಯನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವಿಸಿ ಬೀಳ್ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Acquitted themselves creditably. What is mean by creditably? Creditably means prashamsaniya. They have been creditably honored in our state and central government in all these positions of respect, responsibilities. Now, my dear student, when we read this 8th paragraph, we have come so many good things that the member of a scheduled caste have been getting good opportunities creditably, and they are acting in a good manner, isn't it? So when we come across all these things, we come to know that there will not be any kind of discrimination, we can say that, isn't it? So since Ambedkar, since our constitution has been created by such personalities, nowadays members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe have been getting good opportunities since independence. They have occupied higher positions in the state and central government, and credibly they are giving good farewell at the end of their service. It shows that some kind of a social equality can be seen in our society. Okay. Then I hope that, my dear students, you are getting my point. Now, dear students, I am going to end today's class. That is part of 5th of the lesson of today's class. I would like to give 2 questions as today's homework. Take down. Come to the page number 72, question number 1 in share responses. Nehru chose Ambedkar as a law minister for this reason. What are they? Go through paragraph 7. The second question is, are you aware of facilities provided by the Social Welfare Department? Mention any 2 or 3. Next, question number 3. After independence, members of the scheduled caste have found doors open to them. How? See, these are the 3 questions must be answered by you or today's homework, this class homework. I hope that you have got a good concept through my lesson. I hope that you would use this knowledge in your examination. Study well, be safe in your home, and if any student who have not yet subscribed to my channel, go and subscribe my channel. Study well, work hard. Okay, thank you so much.